Ladies and gentlemen, Game Doctor here. I haven't done a nutshell in a while, so here we are with Crush the Industry. Let's get back on it and start doing these nutshells. We spent this morning playing, so I want to say maybe about 2 hours, maybe a little bit less, maybe like an hour and a half playing Crush the Industry, which I'm excited I did. From the outside, I thought it was just gonna be like a turn-based game where you just draft spells and attack and stuff, you know, very like far here. But I gotta say that I was quite impressed here. I gotta say I am quite impressed. So right away, the charm of the game, the graphics and stuff like that, and how everything is very playful. Awesome. Love the use of color here. Love the enemy design and how they're very playful. When I use moves and those are playful. If I'm using a sweep attack and you see this big broom come sweep across all the enemies and stuff, I think that is very adorable. It has some fundamental things that I look for. I could see like the boss that I'm gonna fight at the end of the act. It doesn't go much further than that and like have my back with the information and stuff, but you know, it does some of the bare minimum. And again, I'm talking more deep design concepts. If you just, you know, are kind of like just play things and don't think much about design, disregard this kind of stuff and just wait for, you know, the other stuff. That being said, my favorite part of this game is kind of how your build decks work. It's actually my favorite take on it that I've seen this year, or maybe longer. The idea is you don't just put a card in your deck and that's kind of like, and you cycle through it or whatever. So the way the game works is it's kind of like a slot machine. So you have a certain amount of slots, and as you put more cards, moves, things in there, it splits that percentage that you're going to see them all, right? So it'll be like, oh, 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%, 5% of the fact, like, of how often those will show up. And each turn you get rerolls. So you're kind of playing this like game of like re-rolling for certain moves and things like that you're looking for, and just that simple little tweak makes it so exciting for me. It also opens up a lot of game space where you can play with like different slot modifiers and increasing the weight of that slot showing up, kind of like you would in a slot machine. And just that elegant change makes me love the game and the game space. I think this is so cool. I hope more games adopt this idea. Let's leave this deck builder stuff behind, come up with more fun and clever ideas. What they're doing here, making it very fun to play in this space. You can even, it has a light element of like Chrono Arc and like Vault of the Void, where again you can like hold, because you have multiple slots, you can like re-roll a slot while holding the other slots to try to build a combo. You can save those at the end of your turn, because again you're not just drawing cards, those stay there, so you can set up combos in like a very elegant way. I love this system. Again, it blew me away. It's just very elegant, right? It's not like reinventing the wheel, it's just doing it different, and it just feels really goddamn good. It's like a flavor of ice cream that I didn't even know I wanted, and they just showed me and unlocked it, and now I just want that ice cream over and over. And this is what pioneers do. This is what doing something new and a little bit better does, is you're introducing me to a new flavor that I now want. I want that more. I want that flavor more, right? You're showing me that. Don't give me more of what I want, right? That's what I think I want because I don't know better. But when you introduce me to something better, now I'm addicted and I just want that, right? And that's what we're supposed to be doing in the industry, and sometimes it's not reinventing the wheel. So this game does that, and I love it. There's a lot of cool and cute mechanics that are a little unorthodox in the game with their rolling HP and stuff like that. I wish I got to see some more interaction around it. That being said, I didn't get to play super long. Apparently the characters that you get to play as play wildly different, and again, I didn't get to experience that myself. Especially when I see the game on sale right now, I think it's like $8.99. Easy recommend. I'm actually really impressed. There's a lot of charm that went into this, especially for, I think it's like a passion project, maybe like 2 main people. It cooked a lot of different music too. When I played some enemies and I hear the themes of the music and stuff like that change, and it's not just one song throughout the whole game, like a lot of other games, it makes it feel a lot cheaper. And this, I'm gonna get this different music as I go into battles and stuff and really create a moment around it, and I thought that was really cool. It delivers. So there's a lot to love here. There is a lot to love here. This comes again, the little bit of deeper stuff that let me down. Fundamentally, as you acquire information in this game, it is a chore. It is very fundamentally like below the market, right? For instance, if I want to look up a code word, vulnerability or blah 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 blah, I have to like go open their thesaurus and like then like go through all of these until I see the word pop up and like find it. We invented tooltips a long time ago, right? Like you highlight a word, I can hold shift, hold alt to make the keyword pop up. It's very simple. We solved this like 10 years ago. So when I see stuff like that, it makes me go like, did they never play another game? Like what happened here? Why would you make more work for the player? I hate this kind of stuff. It's a big pet peeve of mine, especially when I make allowances when we're doing something new, because you don't have anybody to copy. But when we're not doing anything new, we're doing something very familiar. It's like, oh, well, there's 1,000 people that have just showed us how to do it and have done it better, and we're just creating more work. Why would we do that on purpose, right? And that's how I start to think. So fundamentally, it did draw me away from the game some when I was playing. I'm like, damn, I don't even want to keep looking up these keywords. Like, I just want to play. And it was annoying. I said it did take away some of the love for the game for me. I'm like, oh God. And it comes to that happens with a lot of fundamental things. There's no artifact identity, so things just happen. And you have to like remember why it's happening, because the game doesn't show you that identity because the artifact did it. It doesn't come to life, right? Especially with how playful this game is. It would be awesome, even if it's like literally a picture of the artifact popping up and they wanted to take the easy way. That still works, right? If my move is going to apply weaken, I kind of want to see that it's going to apply weaken because I'm below 2 mana and now it's going to apply weaken. Have my back and show me those things. Build that identity. So those are the negative things, but does it take away from the game being really cool, especially for $8.99 if you can get it on sale? I still give this one a thumbs up. I wish it was more fundamentally sound. I wish they had more powerful conversation during development, but I can also see that these two are extremely talented, and I will be looking out for their work in the future. I'm super excited. Crush the Industry, check it out.